Psychology says your favorite color can reveal things about you, things even you might not notice. Let's start with blue. If blue is your favorite color, it means you crave peace, balance, and honesty in your life. You're the person who feels truly alive in calm places, like a quiet ocean, a wide open sky, or during a slow, late-night conversation where nothing feels rushed. You're fiercely loyal to the people you love, sometimes too loyal, putting their needs before your own. And deep down, you hate conflict, not because you're weak, but because you value harmony over chaos every single time. But here's the secret side. People who love blue often hide their true emotions. You might seem calm and collected on the outside, but inside you feel things so deeply. You just don't always let it show. That's the thing about colors. They're not just shades we like. They're mirrors of who we are. So, is blue your color? Now, what about the people drawn to red? That is a completely different story. If red speaks to your soul, you are not someone who sits on the sidelines. You are pulled toward energy, toward excitement, toward the raw, pounding pulse of life itself. You don't just want to live, you want to feel alive. And that means chasing experiences that are bold, vivid, and intense. You are passionate. You're driven by what you want, and you have a powerful need for action. Procrastination isn't really in your vocabulary. When you want something, you go after it with a focus that can actually startle people. You have a natural confidence, a presence that fills a room before you even walk in. People might see you as strong, maybe even aggressive, but that's only because you meet the world head-on. You don't run from a good debate or a tough challenge. In fact, you thrive on it. For you, life is meant to be tasted, touched, and fully lived, not just watched from a distance. But this fire has a shadow. Your passion can flip into impatience in a heartbeat. Your drive can be mistaken for anger, even when you're just excited or frustrated. And because you feel everything so strongly, you can be impulsive, making big decisions in the heat of the moment that you might rethink later. Yet, you wouldn't trade that intensity for the world. It's what makes you, you. It's the color of your own heartbeat. Loud, demanding, and utterly, completely alive. Then there is green. If green is where your heart feels at home, you are rooted. You're connected to growth, to nature, and to a deep, steady sense of safety. You're the anchor in your friend group, the one everyone comes to for solid, practical, real advice. You value what's authentic. Fake smiles and pretentious behavior, they don't just annoy you. They genuinely upset your inner peace. You seek security, not just with money, but in your relationships, in your home, in your own soul. You build your life patiently, like a gardener tending a plot, because you know real growth needs time and care. You are wonderfully generous, often the first to offer help, but you also know your limits. You understand, to take care of others, you must also take care of yourself. People feel calmer around you. Your very presence feels like a deep, calming breath. But this need for stability can sometimes become a fear of change. You might cling to what's familiar and safe, even when it's not good for you anymore. And you're calm, steady outside. It can make it hard to show your deeper, more turbulent feelings, because you're afraid they'll shatter the peace you've worked so hard to build. You are not just watching life's garden. You are its devoted, patient, loving gardener. Now let's talk about yellow. If your eyes always find the brightest spot of yellow in a room, your spirit is pure optimism and curiosity. You are a naturally cheerful person, someone who finds joy in tiny things and sees the world with a child's wonder. You believe in possibilities, in solutions, in the bright side. Your mind is always active, always learning, always asking why. You're the idea person, the one who brings creativity and a fresh, new perspective to everything. With people, you're warm and engaging. You draw them in with your light. You see every conversation as a little adventure. You despise routine and boredom. They feel like a slow, terrible death to your vibrant mind. You need new things to think about the way other people need air. But this sunny personality has its clouds. Your optimism can sometimes make you a little impractical. You might ignore real problems because you're so busy hopping for the best, and your constant hunt for the new and interesting. It can make you seem restless or even unreliable as you jump from one exciting project to the next. And because you show the world such a happy, smiling face, people might never see how deeply you can feel disappointment or sadness, emotions you often hide behind that brilliant smile. You are not just happy, you are a seeker of light in the world and in the minds of everyone you meet. And what about purple? If purple is your color, you live in the magical space between the physical world and the spiritual one. You are a unique mix of the sensual and the mystical. You have a deep, deep love for beauty, for art, for things that feel special. But it's not just about having nice things. It's about the experience, the story, the magic they hold. You are inherently creative, whether through painting, music, writing, or simply how you decorate your own space. You don't just want a house. You want a sanctuary that reflects your beautiful inner world. You're intuitive. You often sense people's emotions and energy before they say a single word. You feel different, and you are. Regular, boring 9-to-5 paths feel too small for your soul. You march to the beat of your own drum, and while you crave deep, soulful connections, you also need plenty of time alone to dream, to imagine, to recharge. The shadow side. People might see you as aloof or overly dramatic. Your high hopes for how beautiful life should be can lead to real disappointment when reality is just ordinary. And that beautiful sensitivity, your greatest gift, can also make you fragile. You might get your feelings hurt easily or escape into your own rich imagination to avoid a harsh, outside world. You are not just fancy, you are a visionary. You're always trying to build a bridge between your beautiful dreams and the real world. Then we have black. Often misunderstood. If black is your true favorite, it speaks of sophistication, power, and depth. You are not drawn to black out of sadness, but out of strength. You appreciate elegance, the sharp line, the clear, bold statement. You value control, clarity, and a little mystery. You don't feel the need to show every part of yourself to everyone. You understand the quiet power of keeping some things hidden. You are disciplined, ambitious. You show the world a face that is strong and capable. People come to you when they want things done right, when they need someone who won't get distracted by nonsense. There's a seriousness to you, but also a fierce loyalty. You protect the people you love without question. Your world is built on substance, not silly surface stuff. But this powerful shell can be a wall. You might use it to shield a softer, more vulnerable heart that you're afraid to show. Your desire for control can sometimes make you rigid, unwilling to bend when life changes. And your love of mystery, it can be mistaken for coldness, or like you just don't care. You are not just wearing black. You are building an aura of quiet power, substance, and intriguing strength. And finally, white. To love white is to love purity, but not in a naive way. It is a love for simplicity, for clarity, for beautiful, blank new beginnings. You are a minimalist at heart. You crave clean spaces, clear minds, and honest intentions. You value order, hygiene, and peace, above almost everything else. You have a strong, clear sense of right and wrong, and you try to live with integrity in all you do. You're organized, efficient. You have a natural eye for clean design and open space. You believe in fresh starts, in the beautiful chance to wipe the slate totally clean and begin again. There is a hopefulness in you, but it's a quiet, clean, calm hope, not the loud cheer of yellow. You believe that underneath all the mess and noise, things can be simple and good and pure. But this chase for a perfect, pristine state, it can make you critical of clutter in your room and of flaws in people. You might seem distant or like a perfectionist. Your need for peace might make you avoid necessary, messy arguments. And your love for the new beginning might sometimes mean you give up on things too quickly, things that just needed a little repair, not a full erasure. You are not just neat. You are a quiet philosopher of space and light, forever trying to simplify the world into its most truthful, beautiful form. So, you see, a color is never just a color. It is a story your soul is telling, without words. It is the quiet whisper of your deepest needs, your hidden fears, your brightest strengths. That pull you feel toward a certain shade, that comfort it gives you, that's your own mind, speaking the oldest visual language we know. These preferences are built over a lifetime. Maybe blue reminds you of your grandfather's calm, kind eyes. Maybe red is the rush of your first big victory. Maybe green is the safety of your childhood backyard. Maybe yellow is the uncomplicated joy of a perfect summer day, before life got complicated. Maybe purple was your escape into fairy tales when the real world felt too dull. Maybe black was the armor you chose on the day you needed to feel unbreakable. Maybe white was the clean, empty page you desperately needed after a chapter of pure chaos. These colors become anchors. They are silent badges we wear that say, "This is me. This is what I value." They are tools for expressing ourselves, yes, but more importantly, they are tools for discovering ourselves. So the next time you're drawn to a specific color in a store, or when you automatically pick that shade for your new phone case, pause just for a moment. Ask yourself, why this one? What is my heart trying to tell me? Maybe you're choosing blue because your life has been too loud, and your soul is begging for quiet. Maybe you're leaning into red because you're finally ready to take charge. Maybe that black jacket is your shield for a difficult day. Maybe that white flower on your desk is your subconscious mind, gently trying to bring more peace into your home. This is the beautiful, ongoing conversation between your inner world and the colorful world outside. It's amazing, isn't it? Something as universal as a color can be so deeply, intimately personal. A forest is green to everyone, but what green means to you, the memories it holds, the future it promises, that is yours and yours alone. That is the real magic here. This isn't about putting you in a box because you like blue or red. It's about using that color as a key to start a kinder, deeper, more honest conversation with yourself. It's a starting point to understand. Why do certain places drain you? Why do you clash with certain people? Why do you feel most like you in that specific perfect spot? So I'll ask you again, not as a simple question, but as a gentle invitation to look inward. Look at the colors you surround yourself with. Listen, really listen. What are they saying? They have been telling the story of you all along. All you have to do is pay attention.